welcome back. We're here to look at your reading, Divine Feminine, for this week in the mix. Now, I do feel this week, it's almost like your energy is kind of turning about and you're physically feeling as though this has to change. You can't do this anymore. You also can be picking up on the karmic third party at this point in time in the mix with some changes. And look, we can have this feeling and be reacting from this point of view of we want what we want, and deep frustration of why are things not changing. I do say from your cards, there is physical change, but your energy overall, you're trying to come to this heart space. You're trying to be very forgiving to yourself. You're trying to be empathetic and understanding, but it is causing some grief spiritually for you. You know, when we get the green energy, I mean, the first thing I see, you know, there's possibilities in the shadow of jealousy. Let's just be real. But whatever we're going through, it's like when we know better, we do better. There is going to be something to be happy about moving forward. For some of you, it can be that you're feeling, look, I'm free, I'm single, I can do what I need to do, and moving into alignment of being open-minded for this year. I do feel, how do I put it? I do feel it's taken a while to actually deal with some of these things. It's like, you know, I'm being patient. I think energy's changed now. You're wanting to be that phoenix rising, but you're also not going to do any spiritual work for another person. You may lead by example. You may express how you feel. And so it's almost like a conversation piece that you're having with counterpart, either on the physical ethers or in the 3D. And it's like, look, don't get me wrong. I really do understand X, Y, and Z. I've walked a mile in your shoes, but I know what I want. Okay? And it's like this person's trying to negotiate with you and you're like, no, you don't get it. I know what I want. And no ifs and buts about it. No half, no crumbs. I know what I want. Are you ready to pay the ferryman, or do I just do my own thing? And this person's feeling quite triggered. There could be for some of you some misunderstandings that are possible, either in the ethers or directly in the 3D. There is a change, okay? And it's actually moving us at an accelerated rate, especially as we reach the last 2 weeks of this month and the next 2 weeks of the following. Things are going to start speeding up. And we may need to get our bearings. We may need to get a grip, because things in the world and at the collective level and the individual level, they're changing. You're trying to be open to these new potentials. And I do feel for many of you, you are. But again, you know, you've had patience, but now you're like, no, I'm ready. That, for some of you, can worry you, because you could be thinking to yourself, if in fact I'm ready and this person's not ready, does that effectively mean I have to find a different person? So you don't really know, A, if you're going to be able to be open to that, or B, if that's the way it's supposed to be. So it's like you're just being realistic here. You're just like, and I so relate, I've so been here before. It's like getting, I always call this the X-File, the Dana Scully and Smolder. You know, it's like, and I call it smoldering masculine energy. It's like you just, there's got to be a scientific explanation, you know? There's got to be. So there can be some delay. It's like, no, I need to proceed forward. I'm sure along the way I'm going to find the breadcrumbs and I'll know what way to go. Some of you are feeling very matter of fact that because you're ready, because you don't get communication, because you don't get movement, that this is how it's going to be in 2025. I do feel it's going to be different, okay? But I feel you want a solution to your new beginning. I also feel you do have a resume to give Divine Masculine about what you would need. And I think this is a real good time to paint the town red, not literally, but to actually put it out into the ethers between now and the new moon in Pisces, Put your dreams to paper. Try to not go into too much detail, because it could be a feeling, for instance. That's going into detail, isn't it? What do I mean by not going into detail? Not being too rigid. Because when we are moving into the art of co-creation, when we do get too fixated on the what, why, where, when, we're missing the point. The first point is to be of the heart and visualize. That's it. And then detach. And I feel if you can do that, it's going to help you with this manifestation. But many of you are sort of like, look, you sense it. You're psychically picking up on it. You could be second guessing it because the universe is taking you down a pebbled path. And you're like, does this mean I'm going further from my path? And it is just asking you to keep coming back into your heart space. Free from judgment, free to love. It could be a trigger that comes up and you're tuning into it psychically of what your counterpart's feeling, and just send it back. Free from judgment, free from love. Free to love. Like, I love you unconditionally, no matter what you choose. This person also is doing the same, but it's actually attracting them a lot faster. We're going to go into clarify. It's like you're having a revelation, but, you know, you've got mixed feelings, and I think it could be coming through and flowing through into the following week, where, look, you could have an up week, you may have a down week. Things are moving, though. Things are accelerating. You're looking at things you want to change. You may not be exactly where you want to be, but you're moving into self-forgiveness and just going, look, I am where I am. Doesn't mean I'm not moving. Doesn't mean things aren't shifting. But I'm ready to be open to my abundant new path. You know, this could be the reason you're choosing this is because some of you could be saying, I don't know if they're in a karmic relationship. I don't know if they're not. 2's company, 3's a crowd. Like, you could have some options coming your way. And for some of you, it's just there's 3 areas of your life you want to change. You could be kind of outgrowing and shedding skin like a snake. Okay, there are some people in your circle that you're just really outgrowing as well. But I also feel you're attracting in a new circle of friends. For some of you, universe could be giving you signs, but you're not noticing. And some of you, it could be that you're moving beyond that now. It's almost like if a sign comes up, you already knew and you've integrated and you know intuitively some changes are coming. And so you're not fighting it. You're just really going with the flow. You know that this is going to take a little bit and you're aware of that. You know it's not going to be easy, but you're also like anything worth having is hard. Yeah, this is not over. This with this person is not over. You're just being matter of fact. This person sometimes could take things out of context. Just in the ethers and in 3D, you're being very matter of fact. You're like, look, let's call a pot a pot. Let's call a spoon a spoon. You're being it's like calling the elephant out of the room. You're not being your own worst enemy. You're being real. You're being transparent. If anyone takes offense to that, it's almost like you're saying that's a them issue. It's like you're going to discover a solution. Something's coming up and it's going to create a solution for you. You got the reunion card. There's a solution. Keep open, Divine Feminine. I feel this week you could have some, I don't know why they said definition. Definition, could it be definition they're saying? You're going to know what to do, okay? You're going to know how to deal, what to do, and where you're going. Universe is giving you the key. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe bell because we are getting into this update for next week. Come through and take a look at where this energy is going.